ready? Let's go. Our film begins in a village in Indonesia, and it is sunset time, with children playing, and as soon as sunset calls, their sister Whitey asks them to quickly go to the house because of the ghosts. But her brother refuses Karta and tells her that these are just superstitions and that they will not go. Whitey smiles and walks and falls from the cane bike far away, and Karta comes back and quickly retrieves it from inside a hole and extends his hand so he can take her. But something is held in his hand and his finger is cut off, and Whitey hears a single voice singing and is very afraid. But suddenly she falls to the ground and is swimming, and her sisters hear her voice and they run on bikes quickly. After 30 years, they will be healthy, and my hands are running to go to school, but my hands knock on a stranger and they start running from him, and they actually reach the school and he shouts at them. The teacher was still usually late and started the school that they wait after school for discipline, and they prefer to write on the blackboard as a punishment for them. Man, the teacher yells at the man. The teacher treats the other students in a good way, except for the man. Saman forgets that he sells shani to a shop in the village and threatens the shop owner that he will tell his brother if he is late again, and Saman tells the school that she delayed him because of the punishment she did to them. Bella said that there is a party in a village next to the Mand Baker Addy, and Sam and are walking that they ask permission from their parents to go to this party. But Eddie is afraid while they're walking in the forest because of the rock that is there, and Mr. Carter lost this finger when he put his hand in it, and someone is watching them, and suddenly Saman disappears from beside Eddie, and a woman suddenly appears behind him with a terrifying appearance, and Eddie is very afraid and he keeps calling Saman until he appears to him, and it turns out that he's joking with him to go and deliver food to one in the village. Only Hail Sathar and tells her to go quickly, because Maghrib is coming, and closes the door in her face, and Eddie is in the mosque, and the sheikh tells them that our master the prophet told them not to leave their homes early at night because the devil comes out at that time. But a girl tells him what they should do if they want to go to the mosque. He tells her that they should not arrive early before the call to prayer, and insists that they should not leave their homes after Maghrib unless they want to go to the mosque. He takes Saman's brother home and yells at him that he did not sell the honey to the shop. Saman tells him that he will give it all to them tomorrow, but they beat his brother, and he keeps telling him that if he finds the honey still in its place tomorrow, he will beat him again and leave him and go. But Saman sees the same terrifying woman behind him, and he loves to feel her. And when he looks, she has disappeared. The next day, he and Eddie wake up late again and take Saman the honey with him to school to deliver it to the shop after that. But the school pursues them because of the tardiness, and Saman continues to deceive her in order to deliver honey instead of having his brother beat him. But the school refuses and tells them that none of them will leave before he finishes his punishment. Adi then says to Saman that they are thus late for the party, but Saman insists that they go even if his brother will hit him again. And there is a card in the forest touching the wood, but he sees something strange and starts running from her, and Saman and Wadi go so that they can get in and go to the party. And he hurts me on the way, and they tell each other that the teacher is very mean to them and that they hate her, and that she must die so that they can have peace of mind. But suddenly the car's tire cracks, and she recognizes me on the way, and the teacher is in her house, and she finds someone banging on the door. And when she goes to open it, she finds that the door of the apartment is already open, even though it is open. Lock it well and the door keeps opening. Every time he locks it, he gets very scared, and a scary and terrifying woman appears behind her, and she tries to escape from her, but she's killed, and Addie and Saman hear from the people on the road that their teacher died, and they gotta look for her, and Addie tells Samantha that she died because of what they said about her, but Saman gets scared and runs away quickly home. And the next day, Saman goes to the school burial ceremony and sees her in a terrifying way in front of him. Eventho she is dead, and they enter the funeral. Karen and Bella sees people looking at them in a terrifying way, and the teacher with her terrifying appearance tries to get out of the car. But Sam turns out that he's dreaming, and Adi goes to him and tells him that he hasn't seen him for a while, and asks what is wrong, and Sam doesn't answer him and says to him what is this, that they brought a new school and he will see her tomorrow, and he is upset about what they said about the school. but Salman prefers not to answer Adi, and he leaves Eddie and walks, and night comes, and Bella is in Salman's grandmother looking out the window, and she is very scared, and suddenly the door of the house opens on its own, and the teacher appears inside the house in a terrifying way. And he and his grandmother are very scared, and Salman goes to wash his face, but a scary woman appears, and the people of the village twist to welcome the new teacher, Ning, and she is very good. And Eddie reaches the school late without Salman, and the new teacher does not follow him. And he takes Salman's brother to the shop to collect the honey money, but the shop owner tells him that Salman has not brought the honey for a while, and his brother is very tired. And goes to beat the man. Salman tells him that he wants to see him dead, and his brother keeps beating him after he told him that, but suddenly the terrifying woman appears behind Salman, and his brother gets very scared. And Salman brings a knife and keeps beating his brother until he dies, and Salman goes to the shop owner to give him the honey. And the bottles are full of blood, and Salman runs out of it, and Bella tells the villagers that all their chickens are hanged, and then she sees Ayu's school and hers from far away, and she gets very scared and falls in pain in the classroom, and she sees the teacher in a scary way behind her, and she keeps saying Samana, and it turns out that all of this is imaginary, and her colleagues laugh at her, and Aya reaches the house and finds her father reported Salman to the police because of the honey bottles that are full. And the shop owner goes with the police to Salman's house and takes Ayu on Edian. They go after the man. The police enter, and Bella finds his brother dead on the ground, and Ida runs looking for Salman until he finds him, and the police take him, and he loves to put him in our room. But the teacher asks Ninji total to him, but they refuses to talk to Hare, and hides a card watching them from far, and appears to Salman, his brother, and the teacher in a scary and terrifying way. And then the police enter to take the asylum, but Salman hanged himself, and Eddie keeps crying over him while he's being buried and is upset with his friend for days. Ningi goes to school to talk to him and tells him that she feels for him, and that if he wants to talk about anything, she is here and will listen. He stays with her at school until night. She goes to school to pray, and Eddie prays inside the classroom, but he feels someone behind him and quickly leaves the prayer and runs outside. Bella is in Salman, his blood in front of him, until they are possessed. Eddie keeps hitting his head against the wall, and his father tries to see what is wrong with him, but Eddie tells him that he will sleep and that nothing is wrong. Carter goes to hang a spell outside Eddie's house, but Eddie's father stops him and shouts at him. Carter runs away quickly and comes back to school again. Ayub looks at Eddie, but he does not answer her. She leaves Ayub and walks and sees the school in a frightening way. In front of her, Ayub quickly looks for Eddie because she is worried about him, but she does not find him in the classroom. She runs to look for him in the forest. She finds a card and holds it. Ayub goes to the boy in the village and calls him to play with him. The boy's mother comes out looking for him, but she does not find him. He runs and gets married. They look for them in the forest, but no one finds him. The next day comes, and the teacher tells the students to go home quickly after school until they find the missing children. Ayub goes to give Tamima to the school to protect her from the evil spirits, but the teacher refuses to take her. She asks, "Where did you get her from?" Ayub does not answer her. She thanks the teacher for being worried about her and leaves her. Maghrib comes, and the mothers quickly take their children and go inside the house. Ayub goes to pray in the mosque and finds Eddie in the road in front of her with a knife. And Bella found the boy who kidnapped Adi near the mosque, covered in blood, and Adi ran after Adi with a knife, but her mother caught up with her, and they quickly entered the house. Adi kept hitting the door with the knife, but they forgot to lock the door behind him, and Adi entered and tried to kill Adi, but the officer caught up with her and hit Adi on the head. Bella then found Adi's body in the shop, and he kept screaming. The villagers went and tried to get Adi out of the jinn that was possessing him and writing, and the sheikh kept reciting the Quran over him until Adi woke up. The officer said that the boy who kidnapped Adi was alive, and that Adi went to Saman's grave and took Saman's body and put it in the shop where Saman used to deliver honey. Adi's father told the villagers that Karta was the reason, and that he had placed a strange amulet on him one day in front of his house. Indeed, one of the villagers said that Twoth. This is the same amulet that was present at Saman's house. In fact, the villagers go to Karta's house and hold it and keep hitting it, but the head of the village comes and takes his card from them, and she says to her father that she is sure that Karta did not do anything, and she visits the school. Ningyayo, and she is very afraid of it, but it is his card, and it is an amulet. He told her that there is a madness inside this school, and that she must give it up. This amulet, even if she did not want to take it, the school kept it. Io and the school tried to get close to her, but Io put the amulet on it, and the school took it from her. It was normal, and he did not do anything to it. She threatens the school and tells her to wait for your turn, like Eddie and Salmon, and the school will actually be the reason for everything that happened in the village. He remembers Karta that happened to him 30 years ago, and they will be the village people. They are looking for him, White, Bikes, and Belagua. In fact, Dead and Wyatt's bikes have been missing since then, and his card was missing a finger on his hand. Ao goes to Eddie and tells him that Eddie is in danger and that they need to help him, and his card tells her that she is going to help Eddie, and he will take care of school. In fact, Ao goes to Eddie's house and tells his father that he is in danger. He enters her door to see and does not find him, and his card goes to the schoolhouse, and she prefers to remind him of what happened to him. 30 years have passed, and the real Jinn inside it appears, and his card runs from it quickly, and he goes to the same rock that only has a finger on it, and he becomes the Jinn's slave girl. And she continues to appear to him in a frightening and terrifying way, and with fear, but he burns her Jinn's card, and it drops with water and hands before they kidnap the Jinn. But the story does not end until that, and the Jinn keeps kidnapping children in the village, and they do not know why. Wait for everything new, and do not forget to do something. Subscribe and activate the bell to receive all our videos.